Danger, danger, you don't know my name, but I followed you here through heaven's gates, and I love the way you smile when you cause me pain. Vulture, vulture, I can see you spy from your spot up above. You watch the weather die, and I love the way you smile when you take to the sky. So when I die, bury my body in a three-piece suit. So while I lie.
So here we are, opening day of Missouri spring turkey season. We ended up on a piece of property that I've hunted for many years. It holds a lot of birds. It's a big property, really rolling hills, some really steep terrain, some open areas, lots of timber. We'd been out scouting quite a bit. There was lots of bird activity, gobbling just about every ridge out there, and we picked out a few that we wanted to target for the season, and we just started out rocking and rolling, going after them.
Usually what I've always done is get around 20 to 30 seconds of whatever clip you're going to get, at least that. And I like this picking hermit spot. It's kind of small, which is no big deal, but it is best to start right. I had a 50% chance for me.
So here we are the day before our season opens up here in Missouri, doing one last scouting trip. Well, we've been scouting pretty hard for a few weeks on all of our different properties that we hunt. And this one in particular, we'd noticed a lot of birds that pretty much frequented the same area, roosted in similar areas, pitched down, and had their strutting zones. So we decided to go ahead and roll out there that morning, and it was really, really foggy. We heard quite a few birds early, but just never could get our eyes on them. The fog finally decided to burn off. We saw a big tom in an area where we had seen him pretty frequently, and we decided we were going to go ahead and go after him the next morning.
So after scouting, we kind of see where the birds were going for the next day, kind of repetitively. I got super pumped because I had never killed a tom before. I hadn't actually told anybody yet. So it was really cool to see where we're going to set up, and I couldn't hold my excitement all day and that whole night, and I was ready to get out there in the morning.
So we got out here bright and early, got all of our gear ready, and went over and got right around where we'd been hearing him gobble on a roost and pitching down, and got set up, waited for it to happen. We figured pretty much it was going to be a piece of cake, slam dunk type of hunt, which everybody always dreams for. But as turkeys will be turkeys, they threw us a little bit of a curveball. He pitched out and went down the other side of the hill, so we decided we'd make a big circle and try to get around in front of him. Picked out a nice spot where we could have a good vantage point for him to come in. We hear him start gobbling, and we're pretty much just waiting on him to show up.
So we got there earlier that morning. Reb got us set up there in the woods, and we were waiting for the turkeys to come down. We heard them gobbling on their roost, which just got me super pumped because we were close enough. But then he pitched down, and he ended up going the other way, following some hens. You hear him gobbling away. So Reb made a decision that we'd get up and we'd circle around to get back in front of him, which ended up being about a half-mile walk through the woods, trying to be quiet in there. So that was really difficult and kind of get you a little bummed out, but got to keep pushing, keep after the birds. So me and David get set up, got circled around the turkey, put the decoy out just on the edge of the woods. We thought he'd just work up around the edge of the woods, straight for us. Give me a great shot through the woods, and also give David a good shot with the camera. So we hear him firing up, working up the hill, which got me super pumped. Then all of a sudden I hear David tell me, shoot him, and I look to my left, and the turkey's starting to work in about 15, 20 yards into the woods. So I have to maneuver around, get a shot out on him, which is difficult and super exciting to do. So I took the shot on bird and instantly I knew it was a great shot. I was pumped out of my mind because that was my first tom, and did a little celebration. Went and told Red it was my first bird, and he was super pumped too. We went down to go take a look at the bird then.
Well, this country's small, well, I can travel through it all in just a few days, with a few ways, a few different modes of transportation. In my heart is
So we went down and took a look at the bird, got that, brought it back up the truck. I started laying it out so we could get ready for pictures. Reb went and got a scale and a tape measure. He took my picture for me, and I got that mat on the wall next to the fan of the turkey. Turned out to be about 11 3/4 inch beard, 24-pound turkey, which I was happy regardless of the size. Reb actually told me I was a pretty good sized tom, so that was pretty cool. That's something I'm always going to cherish and remember, being able to take my first tom on camera. And I'm ready to get after it this next spring and kill some more birds.
so pick me up, let me loose. This is a hard thing to choose. I'm falling lately, seeming crazy, but it's all just temporary. And I ain't sure that I want the life I wanted yesterday. Who will I be today? Who will I leave?
So he ended up being a really nice bird. We aged him approximately be around 4 years old, which for this part of the world, turkey hunting, is very good. With the terrain, it can be extremely hard to get on some of the older birds. And as far as measuring and scoring the turkeys, you can add up the spur length, one on each side, multiply that by 10. Then you take their beard length and multiply that by 2, and then you add in their weight, and that will give you the NWTF scoring for the turkeys.
Oh Lord, don't you never let me be chained down. Pick me up, let me loose. This is a hard thing to choose. I'm falling lately, seeming crazy, but it's all just temporary. And I'm not sure companionship.
So after we got the bird, brought it back up to the vehicle, Matt was laying it out. So when he filled me in that it was his very first turkey, which really excited me inside. I've turkey hunted for about 25 years, and just to find out that it was his very first turkey, it's something that I'll never forget as well. So if you ever have the opportunity to take somebody out that's never got to get a bird or deer, whatever the case may be, take that opportunity, because it's something that you'll never ever forget.
The answer. Well, I'm breaking hard to starboard. You wait on me, and you wait, you wait, you wait on me. But don't you wait up on me, 'cause that's an end that won't be seen. I'm like a sailor with no sea, and now that I found one, yeah, I found one. I just wanna go home. So pick me up, let me loose. This is a hard thing to choose. I'm falling lately, seeming crazy, but it's all just temporary. Pick me up and let me loose. This is a hard thing to choose. I'm falling lately, seeming crazy, but it's all just temporary. Yeah, it's all just temporary. Yeah, it's all.
So we packed up Matt's bird, we got the tag placed on him, and it was middle of the morning, and around here a lot of times that's when the toms decide to leave the hens, so the bird will start firing back up. So we went ahead and spent the rest of the morning doing some more scouting so we could be ready for the next day.
Don't you combat your coast, it's already got you to be the better man or ghost that you've always wanted to be like, to rise like the shoreline. And don't you curse your mama's name, she's already loved you more than you've ever loved the same. Well, don't come knocking at my door to hold you and console you, to lie to you and fight for you. And there's a ringing in my ear, and there's a crawling on my skin, and there's a bottle breaking in the old church tonight that spreads like fire. And it spreads like fire. It spreads like fire. So it seems you've let me go. My drinking's moved you on down. Well, on further down the road where my friends don't treat you wrong. In the weather, well, it's better. There's no mailbox for my letter, but I still can follow you if I decide I want to change, to be the better man or ghost. It's all just further down rain in the poison dark and it sinks in. So I take to the seas again, and there's a ringing in my ear, and there's a crawling on my skin, and there's a bottle breaking in the old church tonight that spreads like fire. And it spreads like fire. And it spreads like fire.
Alright, next day scouting.
All right, so we packed up Matt's bird. It was just about middle of the morning. A lot of times that's when I don't like it. 4 years old, which in this part of the and again.
So, whenever you're ready.
So we got out here bright and early the next morning. Yeah, stuttered.
Alright, just keep going.
We heard him fire up, so we knew it was pretty much might be a.
Truck, laid it out, Rep took my picture and all, and I got that mounted. And
You're going fast. I got the bird, took it back up to the truck, Reb took my picture. That though, you're right on direction.
so we went down, took a look at the turkey.
So, pre-scout and go.
Pre-scout? What do you mean pre-scout?
This is your pre-scout interview.
Oh, the
and
scout,
go.
okay, I got
See,
you.
that's going to be an outtake right there. So, pre-scout interview and go.
So we got out there that morning. Turned out it's a scary thought.
Yeah, I know, right?
David having free reign. Up to get on these birds, waiting for them to come off the roost. They're hopefully going to come up the hill, come straight at us, so we can get a quick, easy shot and quick morning, and maybe get another second bird for the morning too. So.
All right, so we're going to try it again. Maybe David will leave you alone long enough to get an interview.
Yeah.
So
seriously.
now we're just getting there again and action.
So we're just getting there, and we decided to go sit up with the decoy out, and hopefully have the birds come out to us and maybe get some vegetation in our face.
That's why we get nothing done.
Kris is the list master
The list master.
right here.
That's right. Got to keep all you in line.
Keep us all in line all the time.
That's it.
Captain Serious, yeah, that should be. I mean, that's a lot of energy. So,
Sweet action. Call it done.
sweet.
Look in the air, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's my heart falling down like rain on a cold tin roof, and I feel calm for the first time tonight. Thinking about missing her,